If you're looking to do virtual wholesaling right now, I've got to tell you that you've got to listen to what I have to say, because this process of selecting a market is completely flawed right now. And if you attack it the wrong way, you're going to end up spending a lot of time, energy, effort, and money. And in the end, you're going to suffer unnecessarily, never get a deal, or take much longer to get a deal. And again, virtual wholesaling is the art of finding below market properties completely online without you ever having to leave your house. And just for those of you that are coming into the channel brand new, wholesaling is where you become a property finder. You go out and you find below market deals, and you hand them off to other real estate investors who are then now going to take that deal and then be able to do something with it, right? They're going to be able to close on it, buy the property, and do all that stuff that you see with those guys on TV. But you, on the other hand, are the middle person, and then you end up making the money by being the person in the middle. Now, one of the key components of virtual wholesaling when I first started was selecting a market. Because let's say that I'm California, and maybe California is a tough market to start with, or maybe you're in New York City and that's a tougher market that I don't agree with beginners starting in that market. And now you have to make a decision. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and look at all these, look at all this data, look at all these indicators, and then try to come up with a decision in terms of what market you're going to go after. Now the challenge is that you're not a researcher, so you're going to end up doing a bunch of research, and in the end, you're just going to throw a dart on a dart on the dartboard and pick something. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to start doing marketing in that particular area. So you might say, hey, let me pull a list of tax delinquent property owners, or a list of pre-foreclosure owners, and then you're going to go ahead and try various ways to get a hold of them. You're going to maybe send them letters and postcards. That's called direct mail. You're going to go ahead and maybe get the phone numbers of those individuals, and then you're going to go ahead and give them a call and do a bunch of cold calls. Maybe you might put those numbers into a software and send people a bunch of text messages, or maybe send them a bunch of voicemails. And a variety of different ways. But again, what you're doing is you're selecting one market, then you're going and trying to find people in that market. The challenge is, what if you pick the wrong market? Well, you may not know for another 2 months before you realize that, you know what, this wasn't such a great market. Now you got to go out and do that again, but now you've spent some money doing all that. So how can we shortcut that? How can we just make it so that we eliminate that risk altogether? And the way to eliminate that risk altogether is not to select one market, but to select large geographic regions. So for example, I'm in Florida, but let's say that you decided, hey, I want to do deals in Florida. There's so many markets in Florida. There is Jacksonville, there is Tampa, there is the South Florida area. There's so many different areas. How are you going to select which market is the best market for you? Well, the way you would do this is that you would not select any one of these markets. You would select the entire state. And you would say, you know what, I'm going to market on the entire state. And the entire state becomes your market. And so then now as you do your marketing, leads are going to start to come in. And you might have a lead that comes in from Jacksonville, a lead that comes in from Tampa, a lead that comes in from Melbourne. And all of a sudden now you've got all these different leads that are coming in various parts of the market. And what you're going to do is you're going to work those leads as you would with any other lead that you got. Because even if you were in a brand new market, like if you decided I'm going to work on Tampa and Tampa only, and if you pick that one market in Florida, you wouldn't know that market anyway. So you're going to be starting from scratch. So as these leads come in, you're going to be working those leads, and you're then just going to be working these leads, and you're going to figure out that, oh, you know what, a lead just came in from Melbourne, Florida. I never thought about doing deals in Melbourne, Florida. Look, another one came in from Sarasota. And you're just going to work the deals. It's so easy to find buyers for these properties. Even with this whole virus and the whole quarantine, it is extremely easy to find buyers. If you know where to find them, you can get cash buyers, you can work with agents. There's so many ways. But bottom line is that rather than picking one market, what you're going to do is you're going to select the state, and you're going to now gather leads all across the state. Now the benefit when you do this is that your lead cost is going to be low, meaning that you're going to spend $10 to $12 a lead versus $40, $50, $60, $80, $100 per lead with conventional methods. Now, there is one slight nuance to this, is that it is impossible to do. Impossible to do if you're not doing any sort of online advertising. Because if I told you, let's go ahead and market the entire state, you're not going to be able to do that if you are using direct mail. You're going to mail the entire state, 12, 13, 14 million people. You're going to go broke. You're not going to get anywhere. However, what's happening is that if you go into a platform like Facebook or Instagram, which you can check out the links in my description if you want to know how to do that, you can then now target the entire state. And what will happen is that Facebook will find the right prospect at the right time that are going to raise their hands and submit their information to talk to you, and they're going to be in all parts of the state. But the only way you can do that, approach, is by doing online marketing. Another form of marketing that you could do this with would be with Google pay-per-click. If you're doing pay-per-click right now and you're targeting that very small specific geographic region that is your home area, I guarantee you're going to have better and easier results if you just, all you do is you simply target the entire state, do exactly what you're doing, target the entire state, and you're going to have better success. You're going to have lower cost per lead, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where your deals are at, because you could argue, well, gee, I wanted deals in my local area. Guess what? When you make a $10 or $20, $30 or $30,000 assignment fee, Bank of America never asks you, oh, where do you get your deal from? Oh, you got it from Tampa, you got it from your local area. They don't care. They just take your money. So you don't care. You really shouldn't care about where the deals are. Just work the deals. And in the end, you're going to make more money with a lot less headache and a lot easier by doing it in this way. So that is the key pivotal decision point that you need to do with virtual wholesaling, that if you make that decision at the very beginning, I guarantee you it's going to make life a lot easier for you. So I got a set of videos that I have recorded that teach you precisely how to do that, how to go out and find motivated sellers on Facebook. Click on, and there's going to be another one here on how to do virtual wholesaling. Check those videos out, and I'll see you in the next one.